you're going to read a Jewell Parker Rhodes book and learn something about history. So I want to say all of her books are historical fiction, if I'm not mistaken. And you're going to learn something, again, about history. So this is the title of the book. I already forgot, even though I'm currently reading it. But y'all, I did not know. And like, of course, when I'm reading her books and I've never heard of it before, I look it up. So at about, I'll put the year up. White people were demanding that there's all this land that we should be able to claim. Mind you, the president at the time, I'll put his name, had already decided, or somebody decided, the Native Americans are supposed to inhabit this land that we now call Oklahoma. Mind you, you already took their land away, gave them this land in Oklahoma, and then because white people kept begging you, and I have a feeling there was some other underhanded stuff going on, you take it from the Native Americans and then decide to have this awesome idea of a land rush. So Will's family learns about the land rush. And what's so crazy about it is Will's father was given the flyer while he was in town. Will's father escaped. Matter of fact, not didn't escape. Will's father was a slave. He was enslaved. Will's father and his grandfather. So I can't remember where they were and they left. Like, I want to say they left Louisiana and they're in Texas. And they're now sharecroppers. And they understand that sharecropping, I don't own anything. I'm barely making enough money as it is. Because and even the stuff when I need to buy supplies to sharecrop, you're charging me all this money. So when they learn about the land rush, the father decides he's going. The mom doesn't want her to go without Will. And he really doesn't want to take Will because Will is young. I think it's like 10 or 12. And he doesn't think Will is strong enough. And she was like, he is. Take him. So we reluctantly takes him. But what I love about the trip is how they grow closer. They grow closer on the trip. Of course, they're going to encounter some danger. They encounter a black man who fought for the Northern, the Union. And he's heading west too. But there's someone hunting him down. But let me fast forward to why I really jumped on here. So I'm at a part where, spoiler alert, Will gets to the land. And notice I said Will. I didn't say his father. I didn't say Caesar, the guy who fought in the Civil War. You have to find out what happened when you read the book. And when he gets the land, he does exactly what his dad tells him to do, to stake the land out. So while he's on the land and he stakes out the land, white people come up and say, you can't, this is our land. We already have the bill of sale. This is why it's so important to know how to read. So he goes up with the paper and said, read it. Now, what we didn't know, and this is what you call situational or dramatic irony, I'll correct it when I go to post a video, where we know, but they don't know. And we know that Will can read. Even though Will's dad and grandfather don't know how to read, Will's mom, the wife, knows how to read, and she taught Will how to read. So he puts the bill of sale up and built on Will's face, assuming that Will is going to be like, okay, I'll leave. Because it's a prime thing of land. And Will knows automatically when he reads the bill, this is a bill of sale for ammunition. This is nothing to do, this is no deed from the land. And Will already knew they were lying anyway, because how the land rush works is you got to a certain line that bordered what will eventually be called Oklahoma. And at 12 noon, everyone takes off, and whatever you get, you get. What type of fraggle-knackle? What? Like, that is ridiculous. Like, they should have did either a lottery system, and then you go out, and like, that was so disorganized, and people were trampled. People died on the way there. There's one part in the book where this is easily a movie. There was one part of the book where they're going across the Red River, and you see people in the water, people on the shore who are dead. It's a lot, okay? It's a lot to even take the tour, or not even to take the journey there. But once you get there, will it be an all-out West shootout because you claiming my land? Oh, it was too much. So I paused it right there where that scene came up with him and these white guys approaching him about the land. But they assumed that Will was ignorant. They assumed Will did not know how to read. And it's like, dude, this is a lie. And that's why it's so important to be educated. Like they said, the one way to someone ignorant, I feel like I'm saying this wrong, is to put in a book. We got to get to the place where we're reading books. Yeah. Now, I'm be honest, do I sit and read books? No, I very rarely sit and read a book. I listen to books. There's too many tools, free apps, Spotify. Some of y'all have Spotify and Apple, all that type of stuff. You can listen to books. Take the time to learn. And it doesn't have to be necessarily a history book or a nonfiction book, which I strongly recommend. For every 5 books, if you're a fiction reader, one of those needs to be a nonfiction book. And finding on something that you want to learn about. And if you feel like nonfiction is too much, like it's too heavy, because nonfiction adult books can be very long. A lot of authors are starting to adapt their nonfiction adult books into young reader books. Like Stamped, the adult version versus the version that Jason Reynolds adapted for young readers. Totally different, totally understandable. Great read, okay? So at the end of the day, we need to really take the time to read self-help books. Books that's going to help us learn about our history. And sometimes that is in what this book is from Jewell Parker Rhodes, which is a historical fiction book where they take a fictional person and they create the storyline in the middle of history. Or maybe it is a real person and some of this is, sort of fictionalized. But either way, really take the time to open up your mind and open up a book. Know how to read, know how to decipher it, know how to code it.